People start levitating in November. Whenever I would go to a simple video, wherever I would go, to seek for some advice on some specific topic that I will cover in this video, I always hear this advice that you should withhold the urges. You should just keep yourself accountable and just keep the urges inside you. You should feel them. You should feel the tingly feeling inside down there, just burning, but never actually give in. So at the end of it, if you end up making it until day 30, you will end up being an amazing, strong guy who will start levitating and eventually reach God. Is that really true? Is it really not? I will cover this in this video, and let me tell you straight away, it's all bullshit. You see, levitation isn't simply achieved by simply withholding the urge to do this with your meat or do that with your meat. Doing this with your meat and being addicted to it is a serious problem, bro. So people making fun of it, people making videos about it, oh, reach day 30 of November and suddenly magically you will be cured. And it only works in not November, December, September, August, no, specifically November. Who told you that? Who told you that? Jesus himself said it. Will you not help a man out when he is in a dire need, even on a Saturday? So why not help yourself out, even in other months as well? This video isn't just supposed to be about November and that's it. This video is supposed to be forever. And since all these YouTubers, all these guys that you may have listened to as well, tell you, oh, reach day 30 and suddenly you will be magically cured, so you will magically get some wings and you will start levitating and something. Well, let me ask you a few questions first. When you see a hungry dog and you put him behind a cage and the food is right on the other side and you leave him there for 30 days to crave the food, to actually see the food but never actually reach it, to never actually eat the food, what do you think the dog will do? Of course, it will just try to reach it, it will growl, it will meow, it will just do all kinds of sounds to get to the food. But let's say, for example, it somehow survives those 30 days that you gave it, and then at the end of it, you open up the cage, and here you go, the food is yours. Will the dog just stay there for a bit and say, okay, back off, I have been here for 30 days, I have started to levitate, my mind is clear, my consciousness is clear, my teeth are white as hell, and I will not eat this food. I will go ahead, and yeah, I will not eat anymore. Or will you just go in and eat as much as it possibly can before the food is gone? We all know which one will happen. Of course, the later one. And of course, the later one will happen with not November as well. Every single person, including me, who tried to go on not November to break the 30-day streak, never achieved it. For the simple fact that you still have the personality of a fapper. You see, not November, this fapping addiction of yours isn't so easily cured. If you're addicted to food, it isn't so easily cured. Any addiction isn't so easily cured because, for example, let's say you reach day 30 of not November, day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, until day 30. You have not fapped for 30 days, but you still are doing the challenge. You are still doing the challenge. And once you reach day 30, what do you think will happen? Will you just be suddenly magically cured? Or will just something click inside your head and say, okay, finally I have done it. And will you go inside the bathroom? Or not even that, just grab it and start beating it once again. I can certainly relate to the later one. So, how to actually cure this? Through a simple thing which sounds so damn unsexy, so damn boring, so damn unsatisfying, but sadly it is the truth. Mindset. Your mindset is the single best thing you can do for yourself in order to cure this addiction and any addiction inside the future. You see, in a book called Psycho-Cybernetics, this mindset was very well explained. It's a book where the author Maxwell Maltz goes on and explains some very deep truths about our own minds And he goes on and explains the simple belief patterns inside our heads when it comes to addictions as well. He goes on and explains that the way that we perceive ourselves, that we see ourselves inside our heads, that second eye, that second you have inside your head, the way that you see yourself, that is what actually matters. If you see yourself as somebody that loses every single time, of course you will lose again. But if you suddenly see yourself as somebody that actually does well and goes on and proves the world that he is actually a good person, you will suddenly be making friends everywhere you go. If you see yourself as somebody that only eats meat, of course you will only eat meat. If you see yourself as somebody who does not fap, you see, you will not fap either. That is the magical thing that happened to me when I finally discovered a pretty base guy called Hamza on YouTube, on the darkest month of my entire life. You see, I was in the same room. It looked way different from this room currently. The room was dark, the room was not clean, the room was absolutely terrible. My discipline was pure crap, and I just ended up having a breakup with my girlfriend. Before this, I used to fap, I used to do video games, I used to do so many other bad habits, and I was basically here debating a good detailed plan about committing suicide. When out of a sudden I meet this guy called Hamza. He just popped up into my YouTube feed and I just clicked on the video because it seemed like a pretty good video. I clicked on it, and for the first time in my life, I finally met somebody that is actually normal on YouTube. So I go ahead, start watching it, start listening to it, and he talks about the same thing, mindset. And after I finish this video, the night goes on, I sleep, and from that day on, I have not touched my dick willingly up until this day, and I don't plan on touching it anytime soon. So you see, I'm telling you what has worked for me, from my personal experience, but I'm giving you even more value now, because I have read books about this as well. There is also one more book called Atomic Habits, where the author called James Clear talks about ways to break or make any habit inside your life. And basically this thing you have whenever you fap like a mindless monkey, that is also a habit. You see, there have been times inside my life where I just plainly fapped for no reason. I just did it out of habit. Of course I could do something else. Of course I could have just done and played something with my friends or my family. I could have done anything else, but this has simply become a habit. So out of a sudden you just find yourself doing it anyways, even if you don't feel like it. So in order to break this habit, in order to defend yourself from this, there is only one advice I could give you. Change the way you see yourself. Put some friction in front of you. I'm not telling you to literally cement your dick right now. I'm telling you to just, it's this simple. Open up your journal and journal about the way you see yourself as a successful person. This is what I literally did. I closed my eyes. Do this with me. Close your eyes and imagine the person you want to become in the future, the successful person you want to become. How is he looking? What is he doing? And what habits is he specifically doing every single day? For example, in my case, okay, he wakes up at 4 a.m. He is very successful. He has a clean diet. He does not fap. He doesn't do any bad habits. He is extremely disciplined. He is one of a like Marcus Aurelius. And those types of things, you write them down, write these things down, and then there is one more step to go, to make affirmations. You may know them, you may don't know them, but it's a list of things that you want to achieve in the near future. I'm talking about 2 to 3 months max. You basically take everything that you have written down and, for example, every single habit that you have written down. And he doesn't, in my example, he wakes up at 4 a.m. every single day. No, he doesn't. He doesn't wake up at 4 a.m. every single day. I wake up at 4 a.m. every single day. He is full of testosterone. No, bro. I am a man full of testosterone. He follows his purpose. Fuck no. I am following my purpose. He is extremely disciplined, and like Marcus Aurelius, no, I am a man of extreme discipline, like the kind of Marcus Aurelius. You see what I am doing here? He isn't eating clean food. I am eating clean food. Basically, everything that you have written down, you make it for yourself. Every single thing. And there is one other habit. He does not fap. You don't fap either. I kind of went on a side tangent here, but we came back to the same point, bro. Just write these things down. And every single time you are about to fap, every single time you're about to do something, first of all, just remember your affirmations. And if they still doesn't keep you away from touching your meat, there is also one more thing. One advice that I heard first began my self-improvement journey was to either actually have sex or do something that will lead you to having sex in the future. And what do I actually mean by this? If you can have sex right now, great. Go ahead, ravish that girl, ravish that bitch. But if you can't have sex right now, which, let's be honest, most people can't, because they aren't attractive, because they lack something, because they can do this and that and that. So bro, if you want girls, if you want some pussy, if you want some holes in the future, if you want girls in general, go ahead and do something. Do something that will lead you toward attracting them in the future. What is the simple thing? Simply just doing push-ups. That was the thing I did every single time I got the urge. Before my affirmations were made, I did push-ups. And I did a lot of them too. I did them until the erection was gone. And eventually, after 3 months, after only 3 months of getting urges every single day, doing push-ups every single day, bro, I quite literally got jacked. Like, I'm not sure how much can you see it. Okay. Like 90% of this bicep was made through push-ups while being on NOFAP. And I'm still on NOFAP. But in those beginning times, those were the times when this bicep was made. So you can do the same thing, bro. Do something that will lead you toward having sex in the future. Drop down and do some push-ups. Eventually enroll into a gym. Start learning. Start working. Instead of jacking off and bursting this energy inside a single release, use this energy to work on your business. Do something that will lead you toward having girls in the future. Work on your business. Go into the gym. Even drops and do push-ups like I did. It's that simple. That simple, bro. So why not do the same thing? Here you go. You have the key to a NoFap. You have the key and you know what a scam No Nut November is. Thank you for watching, and I truly hope that you will take action upon this advice.